there's a problem in the NBA, and that has to do with tanking. Now, normally you'll get maybe one or two teams tanking for the opportunity to get somebody special like Cooper Flagg or Victor Wembanyama. And you've probably got 3 or 4 players in college basketball this year who will come in and contribute right away. A.J. Dubbanza is probably going to be a guy that's going to contribute. I mean, Utah would love to just keep him in Utah, and that would be tank worthy. And I think Utah is building something. You know, they got Lauri Markkanen, and they got Jaren Jackson Jr. III as well. I think they're playing 4 bigs. You got Ace Bailey. Who's Ish? Ish Smith, wasn't he?
Yes.
I think he was traded more times than any other player in history or played on more teams. Ish Smith?
I think the most teams in NBA history. I think he's maybe 14 or 15.
So Ace Bailey out of Rutgers, you got him. And if you're tanking and maybe you get one of these guys, then maybe you got something there. But teams are being obvious, it feels like. Like, we're just going to sit our team down. We're not going to play in this game. Okay. Like back-to-back. Now, I understand if let's say I'm a catcher and I've got a day-night doubleheader and I'm going to catch both games, okay, I'm asking a lot of you. I don't know if, private planes, good training and food and health, and you got to do back-to-back. We're like, oh, my God, back-to-back. Yeah, that's part of the job here. And I don't think you can guilt players into wanting to play. I just think we're past that. It's a different generation, and maybe they're just being smarter that, hey, the way we play, the physicality, athleticism, everything about this, I need more breaks. LeBron's missed, 18 games? Won't qualify for first, second, third team All-NBA. First time in his career. So even a guy who takes care of himself as much as LeBron has, they're all fallible. Yes, Marvin.
Yeah, and I think there's a difference between tanking and just being sorry. Like the Washington Wizards, they're not tanking. If that was the case, they've been tanking for the last 20 years. They're just not good.
Yeah, but this can be an organizational tank that we're going to bring in players that aren't very good, and then we sit them. Like, is Trae Young playing?
He's not.
Okay. I mean, this is a guy who was averaging, 27 and 10. I don't know. Like, after a while, if they're not playing, I'm not watching. And you got to win me back. And I'm an NBA fan for 60 years. But after a while, you're like, who's playing? Imagine you go to the Spurs game. Now, you got treated to Victor Wembanyama, but it's like no LeBron, no Luka. That might be the one time that you're going to go and you're going to take the family to see them. Yes, Heaton.
Yeah, I think it's important, though, that we sort of separate people into some categories maybe, because Trae Young is 27 years old. LeBron is 41.
Yeah. But I don't know what Washington's doing with Trae Young. Because you trade for him, and, I mean, is he going to be out the rest of the season? Anthony Davis, they traded for him. I think he's a healthy scratch the rest of the year. Or coming back from an injury, they're deciding they're just not going to play him. I don't know what the commissioner can do. I mean, we've been down this road. We're going to continue to go down this road. The regular season doesn't mean anything. And I go back to Greg Popovich, and he talked about that because he didn't care if they, were in first place or fourth place. He didn't care in the standings. He just wanted his guys rested to win championships. And that's what they did. He accomplished the goal that they set out to win a championship. Now, we may not like along the way that, hey, we've got a road trip in Miami. Hey, Timmy and, Parker, why don't you guys stay back here? And that's when the commissioner fined him like a couple $100,000. Yeah, Paulie.
There are so many stories about this in just the past 2 days. Our buddy Chris Mannix of SI wrote one yesterday. The Utah Jazz were in a game where they were up 3 points to start the fourth. They sat 3 of their starters for the entire fourth quarter. So they're doing everything they can to lose the game, and they won that game.
Was that against Miami?
Yes. And 3 starters in a 3-point game sit.
Yeah.
That means it's obvious you're not competing in that game.
Yeah. But I don't know what you can do about it. And look, NBC and Peacock paid a lot of money for the NBA. We got inside the NBA, we got Charles and those guys coming to the mothership. I mean, people are spending money, and, what is the product that you get to go see? That's the unfortunate part of this. And look, when I came up with the suggestion to the commissioner, how about 65 games to qualify for postseason honors? Like, can we motivate them monetarily? I don't even know if that matters. But you'll get a guy who, hey, if I make first, second, third team All-NBA, this kicks in. Or I can't, qualify to win the MVP unless I play in at least 65 games. Well, I don't think you can be the MVP if you don't play in 65 or more games. But the NBA's got a real issue here of probably 5 to 7 teams who are tanking right before our very eyes. And I don't know what you're going to find them. You're going to take, well, you can't take away if you took away their draft pick, unless you came up with something different. But, it's not the two worst teams. I remember when the Phoenix Suns and Milwaukee Bucks had a coin toss, and the winner got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It was just a coin toss. And the Suns got Neil Walk. I mean, that's what it was. It wasn't like, and maybe they were tanking back
prime
then.
Neil Walk.
Yeah.
Who won that trade, Dan? Break it down.
I'd say, I'm going to say Kareem.
You got him at his peak.
Yeah, I think Kareem won that. But it was a coin toss. Now you have the lottery, and then Dallas wins the lottery with Cooper Flagg. Like, you're trying to figure out, how can we do this and be fair to everybody here without rewarding the teams that are just flat out tanking? Marvin, you got a suggestion here?
Not a one. Because, so say, look, Luka's out, but Luka's been out. Like, he's legit injured. He hasn't played in a week and a half. So what do you do there?
Yeah, but I don't know if Giannis, how hurt he is, unless it's his feelings. And, they don't want to get him hurt because they want to trade him in the offseason. So these guys stay out a lot longer than I remember players staying out. And how do I tell if you're lying to me? I could say I got an upset stomach. Fritzy pulls that all the time, and I believe him.
I do pull that.
But you do it in a convincing way.
A very convincing way, unfortunately.
Yes, Marvin.
But I might give Giannis the benefit of the doubt more so than someone like Kawhi, who's known for sitting out. Giannis, there's never been a real thing of him staying out for long stretches of time.
I don't know. This calf injury is staying with him, and that would be buyer beware.
He's in his 13th season.
Yeah, okay. But, I got to factor that in if I'm trading for him.
Right.
I can't get him, and all of a sudden he goes, calf muscle. Oh, okay. Don't they have calf? What's the term, Todd?
I heard calf management, taking load management, just taking out load and putting calf in there.
What are they, farmers? Ranchers? We got calf. Good times. Good times.